What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I will be going over why Stephen A. Smith is actually a curse to the New York Knicks. He's a Knicks fan, I'm a Knicks fan, so we have something in common. We love the Knicks, but I just don't like when he just brings on the curse on the New York Knicks. I will be going over that right now, but before I go over that, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. So if you guys don't know who Stephen A. Smith is, he's basically an NBA analyst who covers in ESPN. He's a really entertaining guy. I really like to watch his takes and all that stuff. But he does bring a curse to the New York Knicks, which is if Stephen A. Smith goes on first take and talks any good about the New York Knicks and basically says, oh, they're great and everything, the Knicks will lose their next game, which is mind-boggling. I understand, but it is the reality. Let me show you some evidence. This was the first time when Stephen A. Smith decided to talk about the Knicks this season, where the Knicks had a 4-3 record, which was better than the Brooklyn Nets, and he was basically telling us like, oh, we should be really happy, and I took it nicely as well because he's a Knicks fan, I'm a Knicks fan, so like, I was really happy. Like, he also really likes the fact that we are great, we are better than the Nets right now and all that stuff. Even though it was in the beginning of the season, I get it, but the point is, he was talking a lot of good stuff about the Knicks. So thankfully the Knicks actually win their next game after Stephen A. Smith made those comments, but then the Knicks will go on in a 5-game losing streak. Are you kidding me? They were like in a 500, like barely in the 500, but then they just go on to lose 5 games in a row. It is really concerning. So like after being in that 5-game losing streak, I was a little skeptical. I mean, I was thinking like, oh, this may not be Stephen A. Smith, but then it was kind of, the reality was kind of settling after this. When the Knicks were 1 game ahead of 500 and the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference, Stephen A. Smith yet again goes on first take and talks about the New York Knicks being great and all of that, and just then they get blown out by the San Antonio Spurs, who I will admit were kind of like gonna win that game either way, but we straight up got blown out, which basically in my mind just kind of like made it confirmed, like, Stephen A., if you go on first take and talk good stuff about the Knicks, we are gonna lose, so you better shut your goddamn mouth. And if you guys still have any doubts about that Stephen A. Smith isn't really a curse to the New York Knicks right now, well, let me just confirm this to you. On March the 16th, he talked about the New York Knicks, that they are really great, they have built a culture that lost against the Nets. It doesn't really matter, we have built it ourselves, our players are playing really great, and all that yada yada yada, you already know. You know what happens next, right? We lose another game to Philadelphia 76ers just the next day when Stephen A. Smith made those comments. Ironically so, we lost in another heartbreaking fashion. We have never beaten Philadelphia in like multiple years, so it was a heartbreaking loss. And we were playing really great that game, but we kind of choked at the end and we lost. Thank you, Stephen A. I really appreciate you. So after all of that evidence, if you still don't think that Stephen A. Smith isn't a curse to the New York Knicks, then I don't know. He basically talks about the New York Knicks in the first takes, talks great stuff about him, and then we lost the next game. That is all goes down. But is there a solution? Yes, there is. Just shut his goddamn mouth. Put a duct tape on him. Just don't let him get in the first take. Just comment on his Instagram or YouTube, whatever, that stop talking about the New York Knicks. We don't need it. Talk about the Knicks when we win a championship or something like that. But can there be another solution to this problem? I think I'd probably find that too. This is a clip where actually Stephen A. Smith comes on first take after the game between the Pelicans and the Knicks on ESPN, where Zion made those comments about the New York and all that stuff. And thankfully, I was really actually worried, like, oh God, he's gonna talk more good stuff, like, oh, Zion is actually gonna come to New York Knicks, I'm so optimistic and all that stuff, and I was getting so worried. But thankfully, that day he actually talked about that there is no chance, like this is not gonna happen. He basically said there isn't much of a chance that Zion Williamson is probably gonna come to New York Knicks, and he kind of avoided the fact that the Knicks are great. Yeah, he did talk about a little bit like, oh, Leon Rose and all the management is doing really good, but other than that, he wasn't really that positive towards the Knicks, and I was so thankful. And the next day against Charlotte, we actually won that game, and so this is kind of like another solution, I guess. Basically, Stephen A, you need to talk more crap about the Knicks other than good stuff about the Knicks. If you talk good, then we're gonna lose. If you talk bad, then we are probably gonna win. So just come on first, take every single goddamn day and talk all types of BS. Just be a hater of the Knicks other than being a fan, just until that we don't win a championship. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you like the video, please like the video, and I think you should really like this video because it's gonna help the YouTube algorithm and it's gonna spread this video out to more people and more Knicks fans so they could be aware of this Stephen A. Smith curse, I might add. So please subscribe to my channel. Live forever. Bye guys.